The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, is the latest animated project from Warner Brothers Animation and the first Looney Tunes cartoon film that we've gotten in theaters in a long time. I'm not counting Space Jam 2 because that had human characters. This is a fully animated film. And again, I can't even think about the last time they actually put one of these out. I really, really can't. So this movie was directed by Peter Brownart, and it follows two classic Looney Tunes characters, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, and they go on this, I don't know if you want to call it an adventure, but they get caught up in a situation where they end up meeting these new characters, leading to getting caught up in a scheme where an alien tries to destroy planet Earth, and it's up to them to be heroes to stop it. But then there's a lot of twists and turns that kind of take us in a different direction. So, first of all, I like the idea that this movie was even made. We don't get that many Looney Tunes films lately. I don't even know. Like, to be honest, I don't even follow it. Like, do kids still watch Looney Tunes? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. When I was a kid, we had Looney Tunes, we had Merry Melodies, we had the Bugs Bunny and Tweety show. It was all the same thing, the Warner Brothers characters, just in different shows. And I grew up with these characters. I grew up with these characters. That's the stuff I watched going back to when I was literally 4 or 5 years old. And the movie was one that I was looking forward to because I really did want more. And I've said this before, animation is an art that I think is oftentimes overlooked here in the West. I know that the majority of people who watch my content, especially on the Geekdom 101 channel, they are fans of animation because I cover an anime on there. And on this channel, most of you are probably similar enough to know that animation can be just as good as live action. Now, this movie is not really it's not trying to be live action. The movie's goofy. The movie, no pun intended, the movie is a family film. You can watch it with your kids without having to worry about anything, offensive or anything like that. However, one of the things that I liked about the movie is that, and they didn't do it enough, they did not do it enough, is that there are some jokes in this movie that are clearly adult themed jokes that are hidden within some of the dialogue of the characters. So characters will have like sexual innuendo that sounds innocent, but if you take it out of context, it sounds like it's, kind of raunchy. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a few lines in the movie that does that. I don't think there was enough though. So here's the thing. I'm a little bit mixed about my review here because when I make these reviews, I think about the audience and I think about whether or not I think you should spend your hard-earned money on this. Now, part of me wants to tell you that we need to support animated films like this so that more of them come, so that Warner Brothers and other studios will take animation more seriously and see it as a possible major revenue stream. However, the issue is I also feel a bit weird about recommending you to go see this in the theater because, to be honest, I know how expensive it is to go to the theater, especially if you have a family. And I feel like, look, let me just get this out of the way. I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. It's about an hour and 31 minutes. It's very short. But I didn't love this movie. I did not love it. I liked it, but it's not one of those movies where I'm like, yo, get up, go to the theater ASAP. If you grew up with Looney Tunes, go see it ASAP. Even if you are still watching old Looney Tunes, even if that's still a part of your life, thinking about the cost of going to the movie, especially if you buy concessions, and that's obviously on you. It depends on your money. I just don't know if this movie's worth going to the theater for. I'm just going to be honest. Again, I liked it, didn't love it. Kind of similar to how I felt about Captain America Brave New World, where I said it's really not that bad. It's not some people have been hating it probably because of the high standards that Marvel put out. It's really not that bad, but I don't want people to go to the theater and then walk out and say, okay, well, World of Geekdom said that this was a good movie, but it was okay. And I think that's how I feel about this. I liked it. I did not love it. And I wanted to love it. I really did want to love it. This was not on the level of, like, for example, the Rescue Rangers movie from a couple of years ago that really, really hammered home the jokes, nor was this on the level of stuff like Space Jam, the original, or Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This felt like just one of the Looney Tunes shorts, just a longer story. That's what it truly felt like. And while the plot was a lot of fun, and let me tell you, the animation is definitely gorgeous. It's classic 2D styled animation, none of that weird CG. And one of the things that I really appreciated about the movie is that they didn't do what a lot of other animated films have done for the past maybe 2.5 decades, which is hire a bunch of name actors to put in your movie, like A-list actors, and have them replace the voice actors that have been playing these characters or people that are better fit for the roles. I kind of get sick and tired of an animated movie comes out and they have to throw in people like Beyonce and Rihanna doing voices. I don't like that. I don't give a damn if an A-list actor is in an animated film because they're doing their voice and they're not even on camera, or a singer or somebody like that. If they do a good job with the voice, like for example Keanu Reeves in Sonic 3 and also Keanu Reeves in Toy Story 4, they did a great job. Like Idris Elba in Sonic 3 or 2 and 3. Like there are obvious exceptions, but sometimes it feels like these studios cram in as many actors as they can to try to appeal to people who like those actors, and that just never works for me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter as long as the voice for the character is good, and as long as it's true to the character. Eric Bauza is the voice of both Daffy Duck and Porky Pig in this movie. And he should be commended because he was able to play both characters differently and he was able to change things up to fit the character. That being said, my final verdict on this one, like I said, man, I got to think about y'all more than I think about the studio. Yes, I want them to make more animated films. Yes, they need to make more animated films like this. However, I think you're better off waiting for it to be on HBO Max. I think you're better off waiting for it to be on streaming because I don't think, again, especially if you got a family, we're talking about taking 3, maybe 4 people to the movie theater. I don't think this movie's good enough to do that. And to be honest, I feel like maybe the best thing to do is just save your money for May, because in May we're going to have the Thunderbolts and we're going to have the Karate Kid film, and I feel like that would be a better place to spend your money. Now, if you've got one of those AMC Stubs apps and you can go see the movie and just pay the annual fee or the monthly fee, fine. I have one of those too. No problem. But I mean, if it's a thing where you're spending your money and you're buying this movie a la carte, I just think it's better off, in my opinion, that you just wait for it to be on streaming. And like I said, I really like that they went back to the Tex Avery style. Like, it definitely has the spirit of classic Looney Tunes. We need more movies like this, man. But I just can't say, hey guys, go give the studio more money to make more movies. Just maybe watch it on Max, and if you really like it, stream it a few different times, and hopefully the numbers it does on Max will improve it. But as far as getting you to spend, 10, 15 bucks to go to the movies, it's good, it's not great, and it's not a movie that I think needs the theatrical experience. Like, Godzilla Minus One was like, okay, go out there and see it. Go out there and see it. This movie, you can if you want to. you can wait for streaming too. So anyways, I hope that makes sense to you. Thanks a lot for checking out my review. Let me know what you thought about this film in the comments. See you guys real soon. Take care.